Hey everyone, it's Aaron, your neighborhood storyteller here with just a quick few announcements before we jump into this episode of the Tenno Way. First and foremost, if you like what you hear, you want to hear more of it. I don't just mean the Tenno Way. I don't just mean the pilgrimage. I don't just mean Chucky Chicken. I mean, like, if you want us to become a fully functioning, full-time studio and you want us to create content more often, streaming every day, that sort of stuff, you can help us make that happen by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/Valley Studios Entertains, or our Ko-Fi page, which is Ko-Fi, that's ko-fi.com/Valley Studios. Don't forget that we do have our challenge currently going on. Originally, it was at the end of August. We raised $1,000 by the end of August. We'll take the team to Spain. We're going to push that back to the end of October. If we raise $1,000 by the end of October, we'll take the team to Spain, where we'll rent out a castle, live stream D&D content, and many other things. So if you're interested in that, be sure to donate. And that is running simultaneously on Patreon and Ko-Fi. We appreciate all the love support we've received from you, and we ask that you continue that love and that support by sharing. That's really the most important thing you could do for us, to share our podcast, share our studio name, share our Patreon Ko-Fi pages, share everything you can about us. That's the way we grow the most. And don't forget, if you share with the hashtag #TennoWay, you have the opportunity to become an NPC, as you are going to discover in this episode with Venger's decks. Thirdly, we are attempting streams now on Twitch while we record our podcast, so you can watch us do that on twitch.tv/Valley Studios Gaming. As I mentioned before, during COVID going on right now, we've decided to release all of our episodes throughout this week so that you're caught up to speed for that live stream again happening on Sunday, May 3rd. So that's going to be really exciting. We've seen some great growth over there, and we really enjoy hanging out with you guys over on our Twitch channel, so be sure to join us. If you haven't seen our wonderful fan art that has been done by Micah Green, be sure to check it out. We're starting to try and just make sure we're sharing it anytime he tweets about it. We're including it. If you saw yesterday's cover art, that was done by him. So make sure you're checking him out as well. He's a phenomenal artist. He's been doing all this incredible artwork for us, and we're super, super excited that he hangs out with us and does amazing artwork for us. So if you have your own fan art you want to submit because you want that used as thumbnails, you want us to recognize it and throw it up on our live streams, make sure you send that stuff over to us at vs.valleystudios@gmail.com. Share it to us on social media, tag us in it, whatever you want to do there. It all really helps. It helps us. We want to help artists, of course. We love our local artists. Obviously, since we do animation, we're big into supporting our artists, so whatever we can do to help you guys as well. If you don't already know our social media, you can find us on Facebook at Valley Entertains, Twitter with the handle at Valley_Studios, and on Instagram at Valley Studios Official. We'd love to hear from you. We love talking with you guys and interacting with you guys. So make sure you come hang out with us, chit chat with us, share, and of course, if you're listening to this on iTunes, please rate and review. You doing a rate and review helps us grow really fast and helps us find sponsors. So thanks so much. Now, sit back, relax, and pull a chair up to the table.
Everybody, roll initiative.
Right, because there's no one else to do this. Last time on the Tenno Way. Our adventuring group and Sark came to an agreement. If Sark helped them retrieve the Sword of the Realm, they would help him return to his village and fix any havoc the orcs wrought. In agreement, our group set forth on their adventure, and along the way came across Venger and his magical deck of encounters. Seeing the magic firsthand, and knowing he could face off against a challenge to hone the skills he seems to keep discovering he has, Rune became obsessed and demanded he be given the deck.
Everybody, roll initiative.
No!
Oh, what, just deck of cards?
Rune, do not touch that man's deck.
Don't do it, don't do it!
You have no idea where it's been, Rune!
You are not taking this thing from me.
I want the deck. I will give you 5 gold.
I am not giving you I'm not giving you Venger's deck for 5 gold.
I will give you 5 gold and a great axe.
What?
Excuse me?
5 gold and a great axe.
Don't listen to the giant Goliath thing. Thank you. I mean, but no, thank you. We're good.
No, I want it.
Okay, like I said, you talk to me, and I will. I can help you with this, and I mean, yeah,
So let me get this straight.
you're not getting any like financial benefit.
I'll give you 18 gold.
You are getting some experience on learning how to defeat these large creatures.
I whispered to Argentum, it really seems like this might be something that could help me get better control of my weird magical powers.
I will give you 20 gold.
Things.
I'm not gonna give him for the 20 gold.
How much do you want? Do you want to fight for him? I'll fight you for him.
Dion, what are his companions doing right now?
They are staying back there. They do have their weapons drawn, as Rune came out close and said he wanted that deck, but they have not moved at all.
Okay.
So let me get this straight.
20 gold,
Dwarf.
a great axe, and a great sword.
Shut up, Rune. Let me get this straight. So basically, what you'll do for a price is that you will help train us to fight the giant things that we are about to face in our adventure upcoming.
Yeah, in a way, that's what it would do.
Doesn't sound like we get any benefit from it, though.
Yeah, but what's the in a way part?
Well, I mean, they can they can hurt you too.
While this is happening, I'm gonna go and cautiously approach his friends down here toward the bottom of the map.
Name your price.
Boy, don't go near there. They are not someone that you should be trifling with.
Can I do an insight check now?
Yes.
This dude seems wigged out.
Exactly. He seems really suspicious. I'd like to.
Yeah, I'm rolling a perception as well.
I continue.
It would be insight, not perception.
I'm going to continue approaching his friends.
Well, that's not great.
He's totally believable.
Hey.
Gonna...
Oh, Nigel got the nat 20.
Oh.
Adam got a nat 1.
Also, not the skill.
So everybody's like, no, like we should leave him alone. These are and then Nigel's like, bullshit. Yeah, like until this point, he seemed okay, but now that you guys are trying to go back, like, he is bold-faced lying.
I'm gonna perception check his friends while I'm walking up to them, just very nonchalantly.
Okay.
See if I can get anything off of them. 12. That's a little better.
I mean, they look like dwarves. That they're standing there.
Right.
They're not talking, but they are standing there looking pretty mean. Weapon like shield and hammers drawn.
Do I notice anything suspicious at all?
Not really.
Or what do you want for your deck? Yeah, you tell me what you want for it.
I'm currently not selling my decks. Like I've just made one. I haven't.
Look, you can make another. It's not an option not to sell it, right? I mean,
Rune, why do you want this deck so badly?
oh,
What's wrong with you?
I can fight things whenever I want.
Okay, well, stop.
You already do that.
You fight things, then wait.
Including your party members.
Hey, you attacked me first.
It seems like all of you just fight people whenever you want.
So he attacks his party members?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've been known to do that. Yes.
So I think I'm gonna continue on my way.
Nice.
But when you do make it back this way, look for me, or if I'm still in New Cornenberry, when you come that way, look for Venger's decks. I'm going to market this. Like I'm gonna make some coin.
Sir, you should put your deck away. I don't think anyone's going to touch it.
I did.
Look, you
this monstrosity.
You're talking about making coin. I'm offering you coin right now.
Yeah, but I think I could make some more coin than what you're offering for me.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to. Not everyone is excited about fighting random monsters like I am.
Can I step in and maybe help a little bit with this negotiation?
Potentially, yeah.
So I'm gonna draw a little bit on my like guild background and my artisanship skills, and just be like, so what I've heard you say so far is that you have this deck that carries with it the creation of very, very genuine threats. And these threats don't leave anything of like financial gain, and you really just get the soft benefit of skills. But in order to get those skills, you have to take on very real, very lethal threats. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
And do you see where people might, find that as a really worrying... One second.
I think he's talking to himself for a second. He does this from time to time.
Where this would be really worrying for adventurers who are putting their lives on the line at risk day to day, and usually doing so in exchange for coin.
Oh yeah.
How that's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to find out the prices, trying to work on things.
I'll give you free gold.
Well,
on what those are going to cost.
To 0, strike you will.
Can I roll a persuasion check here to see how it kind of plays out for a second? Because I've got an idea.
Yes.
I'm going to assist on that.
Okay, let me give
Actually, technically,
advantage.
I would say technically he would have the advantage from me already trying this, right?
Yes, he would.
Well, that's just great. So, what I'm going to suggest would be, in order for you to get a good sense of pricing, you have to see what benefits people can get from it. And I think where you may find greater benefit is if you let us have this, and then rather than marketing it as a, hey, this is an opportunity for you to take on additional risk, paying me money for the chance to take on additional risk and probably die, you bring this with you, and you're able to help people defend themselves by giving them the ability to generate this, to generate risk and generate a threat whenever they're threatened. I know me, in what time I've seen with these adventurers, what they would usually prefer is when they're faced with a deadly confrontation, the ability to pull out someone else to take on that risk and fight their enemies for them is of much greater use.
I can attest to the usefulness of that.
Well, the problem is when the person uses the deck and tries to attack the monster or the creature, whatever is created, as soon as you do that, it disappears.
I'm not going to have someone fight my battles for me, though.
Wait. So, let me get this straight. So the second you attack it, regardless of any damage...
No, that I... Like, if I played and I tried to kill that goblin, it would disappear immediately. But when you killed that goblin, I didn't... I was able to stay there, and I didn't have to do anything. The goblin would do whatever I wanted.
So they're illusions.
Yeah, in a way.
Which is why I would market this, why I would take this and demonstrate its use as a security device rather than a training device. Because I draw the monster when my enemies are near, and then my enemies attack that very real threat, allowing me to either get away or counterattack more effectively.
Diversions.
Correct.
Exactly.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And this is the use that I would wish to purchase the deck and use it on, not as some kind of training experience where I could very much die or become permanently injured and unable to continue.
Well, that's the reason why I want to use my some of my clansmen to help with that. Like, I've got some of the clerics. Like, they're not gonna let you die. They're gonna help. That's a part of the cost that I'm doing. So if I play out a couple of cards and you guys fight it, and one of you ends up falling, like I'm here to help use my associates to help heal you and make sure that you guys don't die permanently.
Well,
like I said, it's a working process.
Dion, I'd like to roll a perception check to see if, while his concentration has been focused on explaining how this deck works, any of those fellow dwarves have done anything natural in terms of movement or...
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Oh, God.
Thanks, dice.
Everything looks up and up with a roll of a 6 on perception.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm so mad about these rolls.
No! It's so obvious, too!
I have a +6 and advantage, and I got an 11? This is terrible.
I have an idea, Venger. I got an idea.
Okay.
How about I fight one of your guys for your deck?
I support that.
This seems like a fair wager.
Pick your biggest guy. Him and I'll go Ed to Ed.
I don't think that's necessary.
No, come on. Let's do it.
I don't want to like.
Which one looks the biggest?
All of them. Fight all of them.
Do they all look like the same or like the same size?
There is. Hold on. There is 3 of them that look alike, and then there is two priests that look alike, and then another one that's standing there. I need you to roll perception.
7.
Okay.
God, these rolls!
I think we need to name this group Blind Leading the Blind.
All right. So I'm just gonna walk up to this front one, and I'm gonna like with my finger and be like, "Hey, you! I'll challenge you to a duel. Yeah, let's go." And I poke him.
Whoever's typing, mute.
Wait! Where are you going? I got a great story to...
Oh, what's wrong, Adam?
Huh? Oh, nothing, Rune. Nothing.
Oh, come on, you can tell me.
No, I don't want it. It's silly.
Tell me.
I just want to spread the story of my idol, the great Erone, to others, but no one wants to listen.
That makes sense.
I just wish there was a way that I could reach a bunch of people at once and...
What if I told you there actually was a way to reach a bunch of people at once?
There is?
Yeah. It's called a podcast.
Yeah, I don't know about a podcast, okay? I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start. I mean, how do you record an episode? How do I get my show on all the apps that people listen to? And if you're helping, there's definitely going to be a charge. How do I make money from my podcast?
Oh, that's actually the easy bit. It's called Anchor. You see, Anchor's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. Even you can master it, unlock telling the difference between a long bow and a long sword. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this here ad.
Really? Wow. Being a sellout must be fun.
It's fantastic.
How do I get started?
You just go to anchor.fm/start. Easy peasy, dragon squeezy.
Nothing simple about squeezing a dragon.
That's just my name for my... Never mind. Just go to Anchor to create your podcast about the great Erone. I'm sure people will love it.
Will you subscribe to it, Rune?
No.
Wait, Rune, where are you going?
Oh, Dion's PC reset, guys.
Oh, shoot.
Dion's gone.
Yeah. Like I said, his PC reset. Give him a sec.
Well, do we want to take a break? Because we're probably about an hour in already.
We are an hour and a half in. So yeah, if you guys want to take a 5, go ahead and take 5.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So for everyone who is watching the live stream, we're going to take a 5-minute break while Dion logs back on.
Yeah.
So we will see you all in 5 minutes. I mean, I'm going to hang out here if you guys want to hang out and chat. You know, that's cool too.
I'm gonna still be in.
I'm gonna eat more salad here
for break time. I need to go ahead and find one later, but I'll do that post stream.
Yeah, I'm taking a break too.
How's isolation going for you guys?
I'm not really isolated. I'm still working.
No, I'm not isolated either. I'm working.
Yeah, I'm working too.
I'm very lucky. A lot of people were either fired or furloughed at work, and I'm simply on reduced hours.
What does furlough mean?
Kristen, what do you do?
Fired means like you're gone. Furloughed means you're gone, but when we're up to full speed, we're going to hire you back instead of opening up the position.
My workload has actually gotten worse since this whole...
Oh, I believe it.
Everybody has to stay at home, and now they want to, do domestic violence and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What do you do?
I'm a cop.
Oh.
I think every person who gets laid off or fired should apply to work at the unemployment office because their workload went up approximately 1,000%.
That's a smart idea. That'd be smart.
Dion, welcome back.
Okay.
Well,
No, like
I work in distribution. So
Fantasy Grounds just reset.
yeah, it's gonna do that.
Yeah. No, my
mine too.
my computer just reset, so I was like out of nowhere, just decided to finish some update, and I'm like, whoa!
Thankfully, we didn't make any changes to our characters that we say.
We didn't.
Well, there's a bright side.
Yeah, I got hired coaching martial arts part-time just before this happened, and then I was like the only coach with the savvy or freedom to come in and coach. So I quadrupled my hours with that.
Yeah, I've been doing Uber Eats, and we have just been swamped. Like, it's crazy.
Actually, if it gets any worse, I'm working 7 days. Okay.
Say that again?
If they decide to do a shelter-in-place,
deployment schedule.
Sounds like
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll take that overtime. I'm not even gonna lie. I get paid like $24.
Well, hey, there you go. I mean, at least people who
24
are
base?
working are making bank during
Yeah.
this time. You know.
it's a solid 10 spot more than I'm making base.
Yeah,
I get salary, so it doesn't matter how many hours I work.
What do you do again?
Oh, that sucks.
I work in a lab at a pharmaceutical company.
Oy.
Yeah, you would be considered essential.
So are you part of the? I guess this is a silly question, but are you guys still looking for a cure and everything, or do you know anything about that or not?
I do micro, so we don't really do much of the virus stuff. But I did just hear that our R&D department is working on the transport fluids for all of the testing swabs. So the swabs go into a little fluid thing, and we're working on that.
I saw they did just approve.
Hey Dion, did you are you still loading the game up?
My computer's restarted now, so it's uploading. It's loading up everything now.
That'd be a fun one.
Okay, cool.
If you have the antibodies, it means you already had the virus once.
Right.
True.
Well, the problem
Hope
is
they
you
can
can
get
get
that
it a
through
second
soon.
time.
Yeah,
that's what
they're
they're
thinking it's like the flu that.
Yeah. Still, if you have the antibodies, the second time through, you're going to be a lot better prepared for it.
Our immune
You probably
system
have
is
some idea what to do.
our immune system is a lot better at fighting off infections that it's had before than it is at dealing with brand new things.
That's exactly why you only get chickenpox once.
That's how vaccines work.
Yeah, anti-vaxxers.
Yeah. I think
Welcome to a world with only one.
I think this is a huge wake-up call to any anti-vaxxers. From here on out, I don't think we're ever going to hear that term again from anybody.
Oh, we will.
Oh yeah, we will.
Oh yeah, we will. We always will.
Crazy.
Listen, I just got in a long, drawn-out debate with a dude last night about how he totally disbelieved the idea that racism, historical racist policies are in any way affecting the profile of people affected by COVID now. So people, once they establish a narrative, are very, very committed to maintaining that narrative, even if they've got a whole lot of evidence that runs to the contrary of it.
You run flat earthers.
People have a hard time changing their minds about things because they feel like, oh, I had my mind made up on this way this time, so I have to stay that way, otherwise I'm a hypocrite.
There's a great Twitter example of a dude who posts like, I really just think that people will change their minds if they're presented with facts. And a person responds, hey, evidence would indicate that you're wrong, and here are the studies that indicate. And he's like, okay, I see that evidence, but I still think that what I said is correct.
That's awesome. That's perfect.
My grandmother has a wonderful saying: sinners can repent, but stupid is forever.
Yep. All we gotta do is look at spring break.
If I get coronavirus, I get coronavirus. I don't give a,
And Clearwater.
Yeah. I was in Florida, by the way. I was in Florida when there was a huge pandemic announced, and we were supposed to fly back. And because we flew down to Florida.
Don't fly!
What?
Not in the middle of a pandemic. Don't fly.
No, I know.
Drive.
We didn't fly, so I'm thankful for that. But I'm thankful that my parents took their van down and my grandparents drove down. So it was me, my brother, sister-in-law, and my two baby nieces who are now both one. And we flew down to Florida. And then right when we were down there, probably like 2 or 3 days before we were supposed to leave to get on a plane to go back home, it was announced that it was a pandemic and that no one should be flying. So I ended up driving with my grandparents all the way back from Florida to Chicago. So
that being said, it is a great time to buy plane tickets after you expect the pandemic to end, because they're still really cheap, even though you should be able to fly.
Tickets.
Well, gonna be doing some traveling. So
yeah, I hope you guys don't go into stay at home, Tanner. So we just went into stay at home 3 or 4 days ago.
Where are you?
Here, I'm in Tennessee.
Oh.
I've been at stay at home for the last 2 weeks. So
yeah, Chicago is.
Yeah, Chicago's been a while.
Yeah. I mean,
But
once we get
working
to, like,
in distribution requires
Essential
me to
business.
be at work. Do what?
essential business.
Yep. That, and I have to carry documentation so that people like Tanner don't ticket me for being out when I'm supposed to be at home.
I've got some too.
It's been great looking at the accounts of like, yeah, I used to be afraid of the government like ICE coming and deporting me, but now I have a document saying that I'm and they have to let me go to work and they can't deport me right now.
That doesn't mean they can't deport you.
No, DHS has made the statement that they're not running deportations of migrant workers during this time.
No,
well, you shouldn't be
It's probably good
deporting.
because the borders are closed, so...
Well, not to mention the borders are closed. You're in the middle of a pandemic. The last thing you need is people leaving the country or entering.
Yeah, leaving or coming back or going to their places, and it's spreading still.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you this: if this isn't a wake-up call to China to finally quit those frickin' wet markets, I don't know what is, because this is the third time.
They already banned the wildlife trade in China. They literally just banned it a couple days ago.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if they unban it again, I mean, this is
the problem is
third time this has happened. Last time was SARS.
SARS was Canada, actually.
Is anyone else having issues loading back in?
Yeah, like I just opened it up and it's having issues too. Like I'm trying to load it and then...
Is it the same thing?
I got connecting.
Yeah, I've got connecting as well.
Quiet dice.
Firm barred quiet dice. Firm barred quiet dice.
By the way, Dion.
It randomly generates those.
Oh, okay. A firm barred quiet dice. Sounds like a fucking porno.
No, the dice have been quiet today.
Them to turn it up.
Firm barred. Ready next.
Come on, Fantasy Grounds. Is it giving you problems too, Dion?
Yeah, it's saying not responding to me right now.
It says I'm connecting.
Yeah, it says connecting for me.
Okay, well, that's because it's not responding to the host. So hit your cancel on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna restart.
Yeah.
You might have to restart, Dion.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm restarting Steam completely. You want back?
Yeah, see, my issue is I didn't I didn't download it through Steam. I went through the website. So like mine bumps right directly to the website as opposed to having downloading it through Steam.
Gotcha. For those watching right now, I do apologize.
Sorry guys.
We'll get this fixed.
Tech problems.
He has. I don't think he's loaded back in yet. Are you, Dion?
It's running now.
It's giving me
You are?
a loading screen.
Okay, cool.
Same.
I am at the connecting phase.
It was working, and then once everybody started connecting, it froze up a bit.
Crashed on us.
Oh, did you crash again, Dion?
Discord just crashed on me.
Oh, Discord crashed. Okay.
Mine's loading now.
We'll see. Hooray.
We'll see.
Oh, yep. Yeah, as you guys are trying to load in, like it bumped to not responding again.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm in, but everything's
Character
blank.
selection just went blank.
That is what I am getting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
I'm still.
No,
loading
I
in.
see Agento. I see Daniel. Now I can pick Nigel.
Still says, there we go. We're loading now.
Oops, didn't mean to.
Shut up.
I'm
Welcome,
still getting a
chat.
connecting.
Welcome back. We're back from break.
There we go.
Sort
of.
We're still trying to get all these technical issues figured out.
Am I on mute? I'm not on mute.
More or less.
Can I just say that I'm glad that this all happened during a break and not during actual gameplay?
Yes.
We took the break.
Well, that's what forced us to take the break.
Who are these random characters?
Hey, I put those in there because it's going to allow the level 20s. Yeah, those are actually going to fix some of the ability things that you get as you level. Those characters being in this game are going to make it so you can use them. So you can use the abilities.
Before anything happens, I am saving my character data.
Yeah, I was just about to do the same thing. I was about to do the save.
Guys, remember /save just to save everything before we die.
You might not die.
I'm not gonna die. They're spectral dwarves. They're not real.
We just want to
Yeah, they're definitely not real. I'm beginning to think this guy isn't real either. Like,
But we don't know that.
He's a real heel. That's what he is.
Nigel knows that because
Nigel and I have some.
Nigel knows that because he had the insight check, but then his perception check of the other dwarves was super low.
Hi ho, to smash 'em dwarves we go. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. The room is really slow.
Where is this matter?
Yeah, Sam.
There are 5
I'm
dwarves.
crawling right now.
I didn't see the 5 dwarves. I thought there were only 3.
How many did you see? Oh.
Nope, there are. Wow, you didn't put 7 dwarves in there? Really?
I did not. I did not.
Wow. Fail.
But then he'd have to put a sorceress.
Maybe you should use one of those cards and generate them.
We have a sorceress. Her name's Daniel.
Okay. So, Rune, where we last left off, Rune was approaching the dwarves.
Yeah, you missed it. You'd cut out right as I said. I walk up to the front one because my perception was so poor. I walked up to just the very front one, and I poked him and said, "I'll challenge you to a duel." As I poked him.
All right.
It's out of good.
And he kind of looks at Venger, and Venger's like shakes his head no. It's like this is completely unnecessary.
I'll challenge you. Let's do this.
I'm gonna take a closer look at the dwarves.
And I keep poking him and prodding him.
Right.
Like I'm totally trying to egg this guy on to push at me or something.
Prep my bow just to be safe in case he gets into some kind of horrible situation.
All right, I got a 16 on perception. Do all the dwarves over there look the same?
That is a heck of a perception. They do. Like I said before, 3 of them look the same, and then 2 of them look the same. 2 of them look like they could be clerics. They're a little different shade of hair color. I mean, they're not exactly the same, but like gear wise and things like that, they very much look the same.
So they look like he's multi-boxing.
I mean, I guess you could say something like that.
Hey, what aren't you responding to me? I'm talking to you.
And
does this bother you? As I keep poking him, does it bother you? Hey, hello.
It's like
it bothers me, and it's not even happening.
And he's like, "Well, it's." And then he looks back at Venger, and Venger shakes his head no again.
Of course, I don't see Venger shaking his head no because my back's turned to him.
Oh yeah, no, you clearly see that.
Okay. Is he holding the book?
What book?
The book that they've been talking
about. The deck, you mean?
Oh, the deck.
The deck.
He roll a perception again.
I'm not going to get a good perception this time. Oh my god.
Oh, nat 19.
That's a good perception.
He is holding that, and he does have, what you can tell, 3 cards on the top of the deck that he is about to throw out onto the field.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Mage Hand and try and pull the deck from behind him. If that makes sense. Like, if he's holding it, I'm going to try and pretty much smack it out of his hands.
Well, are you going to pull it, or are you going to hit it? It's 2 different things.
I'm going to smack it with Mage Hand, because I don't think I can pull. Mage Hand can't attack.
I'd pull.
It can't attack, but it can grab things and.
Yeah, you would.
Yes, it can grab things. Yes.
Oh yeah. Then I'm gonna pull on the deck from behind him when he's not suspecting.
Okay, so I am going to need initiatives rolled.
All right.
That is a 19.
Hey.
18.
Nigel with the 21. Nice.
All right.
I'm not rolling too bad right now until I start attacking people.
And What are you doing, Adam, with the 21?
We are on
RG roll?
on par today here, Nigel.
RG?
RG.
Yeah. Still waiting for you to roll initiative.
Are we, though? Because you rolled intelligence first.
18. Holy crap, look at those initiatives.
I figured he was hedging his bets, so if he got a bad roll, he could be like, he got a good roll, he could be like, oh, I meant to roll initiative. If he got a bad one, he got the bad roll out of the way.
Wow. I'm really looking at this going, man, y'all are definitely adventurers springing into action. And I'm still looking around like, what is going on? What is happening?
Hey, I don't look like I'm getting ready for battle. I'm just standing over there.
Everybody, roll initiative.
I mean,
darn two.
What are the components of, what are the components
of what?
Are you having mute problems, Matt?
Does Mage Hand have verbal or somatic components?
I think it has verbal, but yes, if you're getting at, you can roll a perception to see if he's. But you have to wait until. No, you can do it now. You can do it now because he did it before like the combat and all that stuff was occurring. So anybody can roll a perception or a knowledge arcana.
Mage Hand is a cantrip.
It is a cantrip.
Yes. And it's a very basic cantrip.
Doesn't say anything here on whether or not it's verbal.
If you open up the spell under components, it says V and S, verbal and somatic.
Oh yeah, it does say. Okay.
So he's got to say something and he's got to gesture something or do something with his hand.
So if he was trying to sneak it, it would be what would it be like a?
Well, sleight of hand. It'd be a sleight of hand. So start of the order. Adam, Goodbody, and Nigel are going to end up going from.
Cool.
So am I going first, or who's going first?
Who's got the higher dexterity?
It says Adam
so
up front, so
because it would have popped up who.
Technically, though, Nigel has the higher dexterity. I think it does it alphabetically.
Go ahead, Nigel. After you.
But you could.
No. Adam.
I say you could probably change that
initiative modifier of a +4, so that's why it did it.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yep. I'm sorry. I was looking at his intelligence roll instead of his initiative roll.
So, Adam, you go first.
Oh, are we attacking these dwarves then? Is that what's going on?
Well, what are you going to do? You're going first.
What are you going to do? All you see is me. I'm just prodding this one guy. I just keep poking him.
You only got a movement of 30.
But you don't have to attack him.
Are you going to do a double move to get up there?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. All right, so
nothing battle-wise has actually started yet.
So, Nigel, now it's your turn.
All right. I don't know exactly where to point on the grid for the 20-foot radius, but essentially, go ahead.
Okay, so if you right click,
yeah,
there's drawing utensils. So there should be a spot where you can get an arrow.
Oh, cool.
You might even be able to pull up cone. You might be able to do cones or something like that.
Well, you can actually enter drawing mode.
What I'm saying is, I don't know how this all... Like, basically, I want to cast Sleep on the group of dwarves back there.
Oh, okay.
It says it reacts in a 20-foot circle. I don't know if that means from the 1 point, 20 foot in every direction, because that would make a huge circle.
That's what it is. It's from... Because, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it's an area effect. Yeah. So
we should probably move back if you're going to do that.
Oh, well, see, that's just it. He's casting it first, so... But he can...
Okay,
yeah, so, there.
I've got it.
There's a drawing.
Why are there like 3 other drawings on top of mine?
You've got to turn on target mode, and then... Wait, where's the drawing mode?
It's on the if you don't have the map pulled up to set in the background, you can actually put it up there. There should be a spot where you can do that. All right, so I erased the drawing. Okay. I erased the drawing mode because there is an option, like you said, for drawing mode or for target mode. So if you put it, range on it. Look at sleep real quick. So it's got a range of 90 feet, but so you can put it anywhere. And if you just count up from the front guy, if you count up from the front guy and then go back 20 feet to behind him, you could start it there.
That's exactly it.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you are going to go into the combat tracker. You remember where that is?
No.
Okay, it's the swords on the upper right.
Okay.
So you click on that, and then in there, there's a little target after your guy. So like it's got your name and then initiative, hit points, 2 empty boxes, and then a green, and then it should have a little target. So when you click on that,
mine says effects.
Okay, there should be a target thing as well.
I don't have one.
Why is it not?
The target mode is, from what I could tell, target mode is on the map where it says Day Trade Road. You'll see a little grayed out thing that says target mode. If you click it, it gives you a little crosshair.
And you can have multiple targets. So I will do. Why is it? You should be able to target those. Hold on. Oh, that's why. I'm sorry. I had all the guys hidden again. You should be able to see everybody. Okay, you should be able to target them now. That was my fault. I had you guys. I had them as invisible still.
I see what's happening now.
They're off the combat tracker now, though.
Yeah, they are off combat tracker.
Okay, how's it now?
Yeah, they're there.
They're there.
Okay.
There they are.
How do I put the map in the background?
There's the arrows in the top right of the map. You'll have the X, the question mark, and then that first arrow. You click on that, and it'll go to background.
All right. Well, all the dwarves should be targeted.
Okay.
And then.
So.
Am I able to move while it's still
now you click on the sleep spell, and it should cast it immediately. And then there should be saves for all the guys.
You should also be rolling a number of dice that are.
Yes,
I would have to roll that. So hold on.
I roll the dice first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why would
he rolls the dice for the number of hit points he can affect, and then the number of people who are affected by that each roll a save.
Right.
All right. So I'm just gonna roll that up, then I'm on a die.
So you affect 22 hit points worth of creatures. So let me do this then.
Not terrific rolls.
Because you burned it on your initiative.
Start with the person in the zone with the lowest number of hit points and go.
Yep. Oh, wait, it's not sleep.
The way sleep works is such a weird spell.
Yeah.
Yup.
Okay.
I really
so,
which ones are those?
Those two disappear.
Well,
like two of the dwarves, two of the tokens
don't exist.
Yeah, they're gone.
And the other 3 fell asleep?
Or not the other three. The other two fell asleep. Two of them fell asleep.
Oh, the
Which
two that disappeared are the ones that fell asleep.
No, those ones weren't even real.
Oh.
Right. So when they would have fallen asleep, they disappeared.
Right.
Got it.
Nigel, what you do? You nuked two of them to gone.
Okay, so
Nigel just sort of blows on his fingers like a gun.
the two in the back part, those two fell asleep, and the one that you've been poking in the chest, Rune, that one's still awake.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, your friend fell asleep behind you, man.
He's like just like and you see him looking at Venger, and then Venger. Yeah, Venger. Venger, give me a sec. Tosses out 3 cards. Oh yeah.
Do we see him toss them out?
Daniel recognizes it because he's throwing them from his hand.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to grab him before he could do that.
All right.
Crap. Should have fired earlier.
Do you see them?
Yeah.
I see 2. Okay. Oh, yep, I see all 3. Excuse me.
And then he says, "Run, boyo!"
I look back over my shoulder as he says that, and I am facing a dragon. So yes. Venger disappears, and I am face to face with the bronze dragon. Here. Awesome.
He had time to do an action to summon creatures and do a double movement away from us.
All he did was throw out 3 cards. That's all he did. He just threw out 3 cards and then he ran away.
Wouldn't that still be considered an action, though?
That's why he's only able to do his movement, as opposed to doing a double move, which would allow him to completely get away from the fight altogether.
And this movement's like 150 feet? Okay, just check it. I mean, you're the master. I believe you. I'm just like, what?
No. Each square is only 5 feet.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
It's a solid 60 feet.
Okay, well, he's fast then.
Okay.
I'm counting 50, but whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, he ran.
And
shit.
This one. 5, 10. Hold on. Okay, Rune, you get to make an attack of opportunity as he runs away from you.
Oh! Actually, I'm going to say because I turned around and looked and I was face to face with the bronze that I don't even realize he ran.
Okay. Yeah, that guy just bolts and run away. But the other two, those two are unconscious.
You're asleep?
After he runs, then I would probably be like, do you see? Where the fuck did he go?